Because this is the gospel. The gospel means the good news. The good news is for you Israelites who are suffering now, where you get a policeman leaning on your neck for 8 to 10 minutes and suffocated you for death in a broad daylight, and you ain't got no power to do nothing. That's what the Lord is telling us. He's coming back to give us that power, so we can put their foot on their neck. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Two negatives make a positive. Did you know that?
See, they teach me that in math, and then when I get in the real world, I can't use it.
Well, because you ain't got the power to use it yet. But you're going to say, we've had the negative on us, yeah? So we're going to have a negative on them, and that's going to be the positive. You understand? That's what he's saying. Now read that. John 1.
John chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Right, this is talking about the one you call Jesus Christ. In the beginning was the Word. The Word is the one you call Jesus Christ. It tells you in John 17, 7 and 48, read it. I am the truth, the way and the light. I'm the Word. He's the Word, basically. Read that.
And the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him.
See? So all things was made by Him. When you see that, look, right now you can feel a little breeze. Yeah? It's there, isn't it? But can you see it? See? But how does that work? But he tells you he made the invisible things as well. You've got to think about the spirituality in that. You can see that moving, but you can't see what's moving it. That's the same way the Most High is. He's there, but we can't see him. Until he reveals, he's going to let his son, we're going to see his son come back, but we ain't never going to see the Most High. Because if we saw him, we're dead people. There's so much power in him, we can't look at him. You understand? Read that.
All things are made by Him, and without Him, there's not anything made that was made.
Come back to this Bible, boss. That's the only way out, man. Don't never let people tell you that, oh, this Bible is a white man's book, and this and that. No. This is our constitution, bro.
How do you get through that? How do you get through that? Like you know there's mistruths in there, but there's truths in there as well.
Right.
How do you...
Because you've got to go back to the Hebrew. You've got a concordance. You see a concordance? You can look up the words. Right? And it goes back to the actual Paleo-Hebrew.
Okay, that would make more sense to me.
You understand? Don't take it, because it's got in here, when you look at Passover, it don't say Passover, it says Easter. But it's supposed to be Pashat. But when you look in the Hebrew, it says Pashat, Passover. So there is certain words, and it tells you in 2 Peter's that some of the words in this Bible are hard to understand. That's why you've got to go back, you've got to be studied. 2 Timothy said you've got to study to show thyself approved. I didn't just come out one day and decide to just come out here and do this. I had to study 3-4 years before I even come out here. You understand? This book is no joke. You know what I mean? But you're a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe. If you learn anything today, you are a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Okay? Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's all we tell you. Repent, therefore, and come back to it. Because this ain't going to last, us.
I know.
Yeah? And when you call, what's the name of the Lord? Because you're going to need to call on him in these last days. What's his name?
Yeah, that's
Give me Proverbs 4 and
that's a good question.
4. 30 and 4. Let's get that one.
I think I've just been saying Most High, really and truly.
Most High. What's your name? Simatala. So if you're walking down the road now and I'm going, Joshua, are you going to turn around? No. So by calling the Most High,
all these 99 names and the 299 names.
there ain't no 99 names.
99 names.
We've got the Paleo Hebrew. I'm going to give you the name before we go, because I know you're going to use it.
Yeah. Yo, you know we got to sit down and...
Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist?
Answer the questions, yeah?
Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath esteemed all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou can tell?
So the Bible's asking if you can...
There's so much damn information out here now. It's like, this is past the point of confusion.
Yeah.
But that's what it's about.
Yeah, this is not for everyone. You see what I'm saying? This is only for the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, or West Africans. Okay?
13 and 10. 13 and 9. Just put Taz, yeah? Taz, T-A-Z. Taz,
you say good here? What was the number? Say it again.
Is the number in there already?
You just put it in and pass it, and I'll make sure it's
Matthew chapter 13 verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto Yahushua, why speakest thou to them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Okay? That's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and West Africans, they're going to die on this side of the heathen nations. Because if you're not with Yahushua, you're against it. You can't sit on the fence. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to get back to the kingdom, you're trying to keep this kingdom going. Like our brothers and sisters that are in that Black Lives Matter movement, they're just trying to be equal, they're trying to be comfortable in their captivity. You know? This is 2 Maccabees, chapter 6.
Any questions you want, just ring you, and I'll fire them off.
Are you all right?
When we move, we go from here
All
to
right.
somewhere else.
This is a quick one for you, yeah?
Go ahead.
2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for the calamities, but that they judge those punishments not for their destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but for we are punished. See, with us Israelites, our God punishes us immediately. You see what I'm saying? Because he loves us, like your kids. If your kid's shaming you on road, you're going to fix round the ear side. But if someone else's kids, you don't give a shit. It's not your kids. You see what I'm saying? For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sins.
Right, you hear that? If they're coming to, they're coming to the fullness of their sins now.
Which one did you just read?
2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 12.
And this is the book the so-called Caucasian man took out, because it revealed who he is. Alexander the Greek. He's the son of Satan, basically.
Second Maccabees.
Yeah, so this is what they took out. You see, what fun? The Bible is 80 books. They took 60 books.
66 books.
Yeah, but they took 40, is it 44? 34 books out? They took 34 books out. Yeah? No, it's 80 books in
The
total.
Dead Sea Scrolls. And
Yeah, but this is from the Dead Sea Scroll. Yeah, and the Codex Sinaiticus, the Textus Receptus. We've got all kind of translations.
what do you say? Second of Maccabees?
Second Maccabees, it's 4 and 5, is it 5? 6 and 12. Yeah, Second Maccabees 6 and 12.
Yo, Taz.
Yeah, when you look at this, hold on 1 second. When you look at this, it's in here, look. Your pocket, it's in there. Let's go to the thing. Where's the thing that's set up where it shows you what's in there? I'll show you that. I'll show you at the front. Anyway, it's there, look. You see it, look. The pocket bar. Then you got
What Bible is this?
This is the 16 level.
I've never heard of that.
This is the complete Bible. This is this. They took this out and gave us 66 books. This is the King James 1611, the original 1611. Yeah, of course.
Take a picture. Don't lose it.
Sorry, it's all right. You don't need to find it. No, it's all right. He's got a photographer in it, so as long as he's got the photographer 1611, you can order it online, innit? See?
Yeah.
That's the original.
That's solid.
You know what I mean?
Yo, and your name, King?
Matar.
Batar.
M-A-T-A-R.
Batar. All right, Samatari. Nice to meet y'all, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a sound.
Definitely, man. All right,
Next
King.
time. Travel safe.
Same to you.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See, some more Israelites. What, you going to close that now? You tired? I can keep going into the, you know what I mean? To the sun goes down. All right, we're going to close that. Want to close the scripture? Because we're going to close that now. I think we've put in a good work today. So what do you want to do? What do you want to close that with? You want to finish that and go, all right, we'll close that on what you got, because we know my ones is just Smash bang, one of them, bro. Yeah, I go. Oh, what? Ecclesiastes 12, that was a cold one.
3 and 3 serious. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 12. Now beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not for their destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers have not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Now go to Baruch 3 and 6. Because that day we were punished. Why was we punished? Go to Baruch 3 and 6. Because I like that. There's a precept come to mind there. We were not punished, we were, what did he say? Read that.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. You assaulted the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath, you were delivered unto your enemies.
There you go, man. That means to jump back to that one. That's why we were punished. We delivered to our enemy. The Most High delivered to us, delivered us to our enemies, because we moved into wrath by not keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments.
For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. You have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Verse 13. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them.
There you go. So it's all in the Most High's plans. Don't think that the Caucasian man had the power to put you in captivity. It was all by the will of the Most High, man. There's no power but the will of the Heavenly Father. You understand? And he's going to go into captivity, because it tells you in Isaiah 42 and 24 that you were sold to them. But not to break you down, not to finish you off, but he said he's going to sell them to you. You know what I mean? You're going to sell the Edomites to the Sabians, and they like that white meat, so they're going to eat them.
For he hath brought a nation upon them from afar, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child.
Well, there you go. Who was that? It was in slavery, and it was the conquistadors, the Edomites, who brought over us. A man with shameless man with no soul. You understand? He's a heartless bastard, that's what he's saying.
Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto Yahweh, and he shall deliver thee from the power and the hand of your enemies.
And that's what we were saying from the beginning. Come back, man. We ain't going to be able to fight him, because look, he's got machines that can fly in the air and shoot missiles fucking right on top of you. We ain't got power like that. But the Lord said, come back to me, and I'll blow that shit out of the sky, man. I'll take that shit out of the sky. It'll just be a ball of metal on the floor, man.
2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 14. For not as with other nations, whom Yahweh patiently forbeareth to punish, till they come to the fullness of their sin, so dealeth he with us, lest that being come to the height of our sin, afterwards he should take great vengeance of us. And therefore he never withheld his mercy from us, and though he punished with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people.
And he's never going to forsake us, so don't think you're being forsook. You can go to Romans 11, because as he cast away, God cast away his people, not forbid. Right, going to close out now. Yeah, we're going to close out with this scripture. I'm in the group, but let's close out. My feet up, begins out, but I know nothing.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 24. Like as now the neighbours of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly...
Wait a minute, we're going to Baruch. You know we're going to read that, man. Find another one. We're going to read that next week, man. You can't close out with that. That's my favourite chapter. That's one of my favourite, I know. That's one of my favourite chapters. I know, read it. That's one of my favourite chapters, bro.
Like as now the neighbours of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly see your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. Verse 25, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and thou shalt tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
What does that sound like? Shortly we shall tread upon his neck. Whose neck got tread on? George Floyd. The Lord said shortly we're going to tread upon his neck, bro. And that's what we're waiting for. Fishing, hunting season, man. So we're going to read that little bit again. That chapter's awesome. Start from 1, bro. Brian, that's one of my favourite chapters in the book, man.
My delicate desperate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Verse 27, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
See what I mean? The Most High brought it upon us. It wasn't like I said, these nations never had the power to do anything. The Most High gave them the power. When we forsook these laws, statutes and commandments, he gave us into their hands. That's not the only way they got the power. The Most High gave them. But shortly, we're going to put our foot on his neck. So you're going to close that now? Don't worry about it. Check that for That's why the Most High is preserving that. That hasn't come out yet, innit, huh? We've been there, we said we're going to read that, but the Most High said, no. I want that whole thing to come out. I think we start from that next week. Close it.
Alright, we're going to close out now, yeah? Kaho, ya Basham Yashai,
Oh, yeah, Bashim Yahushua.
Bashinaka Bwadza Kwanyam, Shalom Wa'akanan, Lahabakaya Wa'akyam. That's all praise to the Most High Yahweh, through His Son Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders that continue to labor in truth in sincerity, and Shalom to Akim and the elect around the four corners of the globe, pushing these works until this destruction comes. Shalom.
Kwam Yashulala and Wa Abba Papa, destruction to Babylon.